What's up everyone, how's it going? Simon here again from CD Revival, and today I finally got around to doing my Black Label Society ranking video, and quite honestly this has been the hardest ranking video I've had to do, and it has stressed me out a little bit, quite honestly. So yeah, great band, obviously Zakk Wylde, the main man, singer, guitarist, one of my favourite guitarists of all time. And yeah, all their albums are basically good, so it was not completely obvious how it was all going to work out, and I've like redone the list about 50 times, and yeah, it stressed me the hell out. But I have got a ranking list now, which I'm going to go through that for you now. At number 10, no, 11 studio albums. Good start. Number 11, this one was fairly simple for me. And that is Hangover Music Volume 6, and that's their 5th album from 2004. Bit different, this one. This one was like they did it as a contractual obligation album, really, for Spitfire Records, and it's a lot different to pretty much every other album in the way that it's mostly slower, ballady kind of stuff, and not really like the heavy sort of things that they usually do, and so yeah, it's definitely my least favourite of their albums. James Lomenzo on bass on this one, who's obviously the bassist in Megadeth now for their new album and their new touring bassist, and Craig Nunamaker on drums. He was quite a long-standing drummer for them. He also played drums in Crowbar. Not a terrible album, but definitely it's yeah, a different style, so yeah, not the greatest, because it's all pretty mellow stuff, and also quite long. I think it's like 55 minutes long. It's like 15 tracks on it, so it's got a few good ones on it. House of Doom, Lane was like a tribute to Lane Staley, but yeah, kind of forgettable, I'd say. Contractual obligation album for Spitfire Records. So that's their 5th album from 2004, Hangover Music Volume 6, coming in at number 11. Number 10, I've got their first album, Sonic Brew, from 1998, originally came out in Japan. There was a bit of a controversy because the original album cover had like a Johnny Walker bottle on it with a, modified label. So before they released it in the US, they had to kind of change that. But yeah, and also it's a bit different, this album. Once again, it's more of the sort of southern style that Zakk Wylde used to do, rather than the sort of full-on metal. But yeah, still some good tracks on it. A little bit derivative, some of it. Hey You, Batch Your Lies, that's a good one. Peddlers of Death's a really good one, although it does borrow the riff from Sweet Leaf on it, in the verse part, but still a really good track. And this is the reissued version, so this has got a sort of reimagined No More Tears, obviously the famous Aussie track that Zakk was involved in, and I think it's got Mike Inez on there as well on bass doing that one. I think he co-wrote that with Zakk as well. But yeah, not a bad album by any stretch of the imagination, but not quite as heavy, not quite as good as what was to come. But yeah, a decent debut album. That's Sonic Brew from 1998, at number 10. Number 9, I've gone for 1919 Eternal. Zakk wrote this for his dad. That's just, yeah, inside. This one, a little bit disappointing. It's got some good bits on it. Laws of Destruction's a good one. What else have we got? Refuse to Bow Down's a good one. Mass Murder Machine. Nunamaker on drums again on this one. But yeah, Battering Ram's a good up-tempo track. A lot heavier than the ones I've said before. So yeah, it's alright, but it doesn't really stand out. It's not got as many tracks on it as that are like, must listen to as the ones that come after this, I think. So yeah, this is their 3rd album from 2002, and it's alright. Production on it's a little bit, I don't know, as well. It's not as good, not quite as beefy as the first Couple and what came after it. So yeah, number 9, 1919 Eternal. My next one is number 8, Stronger Than Death, which is that one there. That came out in 2000. This is their second album. Quite a lot heavier than Sonic Brew the first. And there's some good ones on here. Super Terrorizer, Counterfeit God's probably the best one. Stronger Than Death, the title track's really good. And it ends off with Love Rain Down, which has got a really good heavy bit at the end. Goes on for 6 minutes long. But yeah, considerably heavier than their first album. Quite a pummeling album, to be honest with you. So yeah, that one's a really good one. Stronger Than Death at number 8. 2000, second album. Next one at number 7, I've got Mafia. And yeah, once again, it's a bit middle of the road. There's nothing too special about it. Still a really good album. It's got Fire It Up on there, which is obviously one of their famous tracks. In This River, which he wrote for Dimebag. What's we got on here? Mafia. Yeah, 6th album from 2005. Suicide Messiah is a really good one. Lomenzo on bass again on this one, and Craig Nunamaker on the drums. Zach does everything else. But yeah, not a bad album, but it's not a standout from their discography, but still decent, still worth a listen. From here on, they're all pretty much amazing albums. So I've got number 6, I've got Blessed Hell Ride, which is their 4th album. This one just pummels basically. From pretty much start to finish. There's a little bit of a let up, but not too much. Starts off with Stoned and Drunk, really heavy. Doomsday Jesus, absolute, real heavy track, really cool, real grindy. Stillborn, which is a famous one on there. Suffering Overdue. First let up on the album is the Blessed Hell Ride itself, which is a lighter track. Funeral Bells, probably one of the weaker ones. Final Solution, really good. Destruction Overdrive. Black and Waters starts off sort of softer and then gets heavy. We Live No More and Dead Meadows finish it off. Dead Meadows, more of a softer one as well. But yeah, this one is 4th album, 2003. Nunamaker on drums. Really, solid, really. Absolute bang of an album, real, no let up, really crushes that one. So excellent. This is now where it's all started to become a bit like, I don't know, but so I've gone for in number 5, which may be a surprise. It's one of their most popular albums, maybe. Order of the Black at number 5. This is a superb album. Having it at number 5 is a bit sacrilege, but there's albums that I like more. Starts off with Crazy Horse, Overlords, a brilliant track. Parade of the Dead's an absolute banger. Darkest Days, Black Sunday, probably one of the lesser tracks on it. Southern Dissolution, Time Waits for No One is one of my favourites on here. There's a fair few ballads on here actually, but Time Waits for No One's probably the best ballad they've done, I think. It's a really, really good track. And Darkest Days, is another good actually one. Darkest Days is a really good ballad as well. So yeah, that's a really good 8th album overall from 2010. John DeServio on bass and Will Hunt on drums on this one. But yeah, it's an absolutely stunning album, that, even though it's only at number 5 on my ranking, still a brilliant album. Next I've gone for at number 4, Shot to Hell, their 7th album overall from 2006. Probably their worst album cover, if I'm being honest. It's, kind of silly. But yeah, this one, you know, it's one of the first albums that I listened to by them, to be honest. Concrete Jungle starts off. Black Mass Reverends, which I think is one of my favourite tracks of theirs. Blacked Out World. Nothing's the Same is a ballady one, which is quite good. Hell is High. New Religion, which is really good. Blood is Thicker Than Water. Devil's Dying. They're all bangers, really. So start to finish, really, really good album. Maybe a bit of Rose Tinted Glasses because it's the first one that I heard fully of theirs, but yeah, solid album. Shot to Hell. That's it, yeah, number 4. 7th album from 2006. Number 3, I have got their most recent album, Doom Crew Incorporated. This came out last year, so this is their 11th album overall. Yeah, this one's really good actually. They've got a new guitarist in, so sort of like basically dual lead with Zach. Dario Lorena. De Servio still on bass. They've got Jeff Fab on drums. Starts off with Set You Free, Destroy and Conquer, You Made Me Want to Live, End of Days. Just a really good album. I think having the extra guitar player on there as well has really like freshened it up a bit as well. Because Zach's obviously like, although he's under less pressure, he's under, you know, he wants to, you know, it's good really, because obviously he's like been the main guitarist and obviously singer for so long, but he's pretty cool with like sharing the leads with, you know, another really cool guitarist, and they play off each other really well. Some good interplay between them and lots of solos on this album. But yeah, deservedly number 3. Really just a good melodic but still heavy album. Their most recent one, Doom Crew Inc. from last year. Number 2, I've got their 10th studio album, Grimmest Hits from 2018. The Grim Reaper motif. Yeah, another really catchy album. De Servio on bass again, Jeff Fab on drums. Caesars of Falter, Betrayal. All That Once Shine's a really good one. Room of Nightmares. Yeah, just say once again, it's catchy, it's heavy. There's a couple of ballads on here, but it's yeah, superb album once again. So all these are pretty hard to separate, and they did change places a fair few times on my ranking. But yeah, I've gone for the Grimmest Hits number 2 from 2018. So just that leaves 1 for number 1. And I had this quite low in my list, and then it sort of got up higher and higher and higher, and then it's actually, no, actually that is my favourite one. And that is Catacombs of the Black Vatican. This is the limited edition version as well. So it's got quite a cool book going on with that. There's Zach with his beard. But yeah, just an astonishing album really. Filter Unforgiveness, My Dying Times is just a brilliant track. Believe, Angel of Mercy is a slower one. Heart of Darkness is superb. Beyond the Downs, brilliant. Damn the Flood, Empty Promises, Shades of Grey. There's got a couple of bonus tracks on here. Dark Side of the Sun is probably one of the best tracks on here, and it's a bonus track, so I don't know, it's a bit weird when they do bonus tracks. It's just like, well, bonus track for what, you know? Surely it's just on the CD, but anyway. But yeah, that's my number 1. So that's Catacombs of the Black Vatican, their 9th studio album for 2014. John Servio on bass, and Chad Zalinga on drums. I think I'm not sure where he came from, but he's done stuff. So anyways, yeah, so that's my Black Label Society ranking video, finally. So the last album that I got was Stronger Than Death, which I got that today. Obviously I've heard it a fair few times before, so I didn't know it, just didn't have it physically, and I wanted to wait for that to do the full ranking. So hope you liked it, and I hope you appreciate the stress that that's put me under. So like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. We'll be doing the C's from my CD collection, so probably an Alice Cooper, maybe a top 10 video for Alice Cooper, because he's done like I don't know, 20 odd albums. I haven't got all of them, and quite honestly, a lot of them are kind of rubbish. So well, I'll show you what I've got, and I'll probably do a top 10 of those as well. So sweet. Alright, well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and take it steady, everyone. Cheers.